The first time I openly wrote about my newfound love for Jesus Christ was on Easter, April 17th, 2022. I surrendered to the Lord and gave my life to Him prior to that in a mental hospital in July of 2021. I'm saying this to say it took me about 10 months to be able to share my faith publicly. I attended church for those 10 months and just kind of acclimated myself to it all. And it was and is an unfathomable thing to comprehend. I'm still trying and will forever continue with love. I found that church was just another day because every day was and is church for me. I pray the same on Tuesdays as I do on Sundays. The Bible reads the same way on a Friday night as it does on a Sunday morning if you're doing it right. Pray before reading. The same few that take time to show they care on Thursday are the same few on Sunday. So, why did it take 10 months to start singing His praises? Well, I was still willfully sinning. Things that I did not think were a big deal were quenching the Holy Spirit. I specifically remember the moment that I felt the Holy Spirit. Excuse me. I had some pain pills for a tooth I had extracted. The pain was gone, and I was just taking them for fun, justifying it by saying, well, a doctor prescribed them. I remembered what it was like to be held down with the chains that drugs had on me. It was a living hell. It was living in a cell in darkness, unbeknownst to myself, and those around me that were also in their own cells from their own devices. Drugs aren't the only thing that brings chains. You know what you were or are a slave to that keeps trying to call you away from the Lord. So I threw away the remaining pills and went to bed. It's the only time I ever recall throwing drugs away. I figured I'd feel terrible in the morning, but I stood by my decision. God was more important than my desires. I woke up feeling higher than I've ever felt in my entire life. A high that was cleaner than any high I've felt before. Beyond natural. That high was organic, ingrained in my DNA. Something ancient, something primal. It's how life is supposed to feel. And while that hasn't worn off, it's increased as I decreased, and it's decreased as I increased. What I'm saying is, the more I submit to God and resist the devil, the more His presence intensifies in me. The more I give in and don't take the escape when tempted, the less I feel His presence. That has resulted in me hating sin. That's how much I love God's presence and His will. Enough to die to myself so that I can live forever for Him. Below was that first writing for Him. I've been writing ever since, to glorify Him and willingly pursue His will, all to His glory. I didn't always see it this way, and I don't live a perfect life by any means, although I try to the best of my ability now. I love God, and it is because He has shown me what love truly is. And He has taken away the pain of being a man and replaced it with the love of being a child of God. Thank you to everyone in my life that never gave up on me, regardless if the message was about God or just a genuine message of love from one human to another. I pray, regardless of our beliefs, that we can all agree that loving one another is the right thing to do. Although I also pray for everyone to find salvation at some point in this journey we call life. Thanks, guys.